In the first of these training videos for BIM 360 Glue, I just want to show you the different interfaces with the different technologies that we've got. So the first one here is you can install an exe file which will come onto your desktop, and that will show you how to get into Glue, and once you've logged into your account through a link that will be sent through from the team, you will then get this interface. Now this is basically when you've logged into the training project, for an example here, and you will see here that we've got things called merged models. Now this button here will take you to the merged models, so you can see there the different buildings and the main federated model, and these are the separate models that are sent through from the design team, but you shouldn't really need to go into this environment. So if you can keep into this merged model, this is your best place to be. And you can see there I'm just going into the Mech Hall building there, and this will gradually open up this interface. Now what I just want to show you is the familiarity here with all the other Autodesk products. This here is your navigation bar, your cube, and these are all your functions. So this is the desktop application. Now also in Internet Explorer you can log in via this website here. So https://b2.autodesk.com. Once you've put in your accreditation details again, you will get this familiar screen here which we've just seen before. The difference being now is there is a slight difference, as in exactly the same here. Yeah, all the different models federated. Yeah, we can change it so it's as familiar as what we've just seen, and again we've got the individual models, so you can see 5 there from the M&E, etc. So it is very familiar depending on whether you go through their Internet Explorer or the executable desktop app. Just a word of warning, you cannot really run it on Chrome, so if you're trying to use Chrome as your Internet Explorer, you need a plug-in to it to ensure that the graphics is visible on it. So always best to use Internet Explorer, and off we go. So again in here, come into the merged models, and I'm just going to open Mech Hall. So you can see now I've got it in both applications, and the first thing you'll see here is on the web app you've got some slight variation in commands here, and I'll go into these in a bit of detail, but the main thing is you can't see any clash detection here, whereas if I go back to the desktop, that button there is for clash detection and it's missing once you go back into the Internet Explorer. Also, the model itself can be seen in an iPad app, and I'll just show you that. So on the iPad, as you can see here, we can go into the application BIM 360 Glue, and again if you've logged in it'll take you straight into the area, and you can see the project there again. We can open the same project that we've just had open into the desktop and the Internet Explorer version, and again on the left hand side you can see we've now got merged models, and we've got the separate models making all this up. We can go back into merge models, which is where we recommend you being, rather than into the individual models, and again we can go back in to Mech Hall and it'll actually open up the model. So all three are actually all linked because it's reading the data in from the cloud, and what you'll see when this opens up is a similar interface but with new features. So later on I'll show you how to manipulate the model and what we can do within the iPad platform, but it's certainly worth you just playing with each one, seeing what they do, and making sure that you're happy and familiar with what's going on. Okay, so here's the Mech model now loaded up, and you can see that the interface is slightly different. It's not got the toolbar menu and obviously the cube, and that isn't on what you get on the desktop and that, but some of the familiar commands are across the bottom where you can open up views, you can still spin the model around and things of that nature. So like I say, we'll go into this in a lot more detail at a later stage.